My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Jesus, today we're praying about the first great miracle that we learn about in John's Gospel. We come with your disciples and with Our Lady and all the guests to Cana, because here you manifested your glory. We're very conscious that many people today are probably praying for a miracle. Maybe many situations of people that are really searching for the light, seeking your glory, Lord. Maybe many situations at this time that seem very difficult and for which we need a miraculous solution. And so we're bringing all of these prayers and all of these intentions, many people asking us to pray for them in this time of prayer also. Miracles are amazing things. They give us hope. They give us reasons to believe. So Jesus, as we come to Cana in Galilee, we're praying for miracles in our own time, but also help us to see in this miracle, this great miracle in the gospel, something for us today. Something of your eternal word can speak to us, because it has the power to transform our lives even in this moment. Now, this must have been some feast, because they already ran out of wine at a fairly early stage of the wedding. John tells us that it's on the third day whenever this marriage takes place, which was a very popular day to have a wedding. Why? Because on the third day of creation, when God separated the dry land from the water and created all of the plants of the earth, twice on that day, as we read in the book of Genesis, God said it was good. And so, because there were two mentions of God's pleasure at what he had created, the people took this as a great sign of God's blessing on that particular day. So if you got married on a Tuesday, or if you're preparing to get married on a Tuesday, know that, at least according to the logic of the Bible, it's a day of great blessings, and perhaps a day in which we could expect a miracle. And so there is. Anyway, they run out of wine. This would have been a disaster, not because the people were looking to get drunk, but because wine brings joy to many people's hearts, and it's a natural part of feasting. And to not have enough wine for your feast would kind of look like you weren't preparing to have that much fun in the first place. And so undercutting the joy of your guests might not be the best thing to do, especially at a wedding, because you want people to celebrate with you and to partake in your joy. And it would have been incredibly embarrassing to the young couple and to their families, for whom the preparations for this wedding had fallen. And so it's quite a desperate situation. I mean, it looks like just bad housekeeping in a sense. We've probably all been in a situation a little bit similar, where we run out of something at the last minute and then we have to quickly scramble enough food together. Maybe somebody else turns up for food for dinner that haven't quite counted themselves into the pot whenever we're making the preparations. And we're scrambling quickly to try and get a little bit of here, a little bit from there, in order to make it work. But it simply wouldn't have worked for that amount of people at the wedding. Why do I say there was a lot of people? Because there were 6 stone jars for the purifications. So they're obviously anticipating there were a lot of people who had to come in order to say their prayers and to purify themselves properly, in order that they could celebrate the feast in a ritual and in a religious manner. What do whenever they run out of what they're looking for? They go to somebody who is going to help them. And maybe instinctively they went to Mary, your mother, Jesus. Instinctively, because I think she must have been the kind of person who was always there on hand to help. She's a kind of kindly person who brings calm into a troubled situation and will help us to find a good solution. I know that from my own life, Mother Mary, that often whenever I have really panicked about something, you've been there. You've put your mantle around me, and you have helped me to come to the solution that your son Jesus wants for me. And so it's exactly the same here in the gospel. So for all those people who are looking for a miracle, that's the first place to go. go to somebody who will bring us calm and peace, and who will bring us the solution that we need from Jesus. And who is that? In the Gospel of John, it's Mother Mary. And so we bring all of those intentions to you too, Mother Mary. So the servants have run out of wine. They've realized this. They've got nothing to serve. They go to Mary, and she goes to you, Jesus, and tells them the problem. They have no wine. What is this to you and to me? My hour has not yet come. In John's Gospel, the hour of Jesus, the great moment when he manifests his glory, is on the cross. Jesus, whenever you died for us and took all of our sins away, that is the greatest moment of your glory. And nothing can take away from that. But all of these little miracles, these little signs, they build up to that point. So remember that we have the embarrassment of the bride and the groom who have run out of wine, even though they don't know about it. But it would have been absolutely horrendous for them. It would have really marked not just their day, but their whole wedding. And what do, Jesus? You fix the solution. You fix the problem by giving a good solution, far greater than anybody else could have planned. How does this correspond to the ultimate moment of your glory on the cross? Well, whenever you die upon the cross, you fix our problem, the problem which is caused by our sin. You redeem us upon the holy cross with your blood. And here you redeem the bride and the groom with wine, because what they have lacked, you have provided. What we lack through our sinfulness is your mercy in order to make us whole again. And so, in a little way, this hour, which is yet to come upon Calvary and the cross, is foreshadowed in this wonderful miracle at Cana. So you tell him to fill these jars with water. Now, I had to look this up because my brain doesn't function so well with gallons and even with litres and all the rest. But 6 stone jars with 20 to 30 gallons of water in them. It roughly corresponds to about 5 bathtubs in a house. Fill that with water, and that's what you make into the best possible wine. And we just have to imagine how it took place. Maybe you said a prayer, maybe just simply with a thought. Whatever it is, Jesus, you're the one that transforms this water into wine. It's a beautiful and amazing miracle which we don't even see and we can't even hear described in the gospel. But you do it in a kind of a quiet way, so that whenever the servants draw out this wine and bring it to the steward to taste, and maybe they were a little bit skeptical themselves, thinking, how's this going to work? Why are we filling these jars with so much water? What's this all about? And maybe they see the wine in the cup that they bring to the steward in order for it to be tasted, but they're thinking, oh, surely this isn't going to be very good. It's in stone. Maybe it's not going to be nice at all. And the reaction of the steward is effusive in the praise of the bride and the bridegroom who have provided for their guests this amazing wine. So even if the rest of the guests have drank all the good wine already, and then maybe you give them something a little bit cheaper because they're not recognizing the quality, here you have saved the best for last. That's what he tells them. So it's an amazing miracle that literally saves the day and saves the couple from so much embarrassment. And it's an amazing miracle simply by the sheer size of it, that you provide so much, I imagine far more than what they actually needed in that moment in order to redeem the situation. There is complete abundance of gift. But what really strikes me about this miracle is who are the recipients of it? Who knows about it? Well, the way John tells us in the gospel, it's the servants. It's the little people that know about your miracle, Jesus. So you have this amazing, huge miracle, but shown and revealed to the poorest people there, to the servants. How amazing it is, Jesus, that you redeem, that you show so much love, but you begin with the small. You begin with the humble. It's a real sign for us too, Jesus, that as we're looking for miracles, as we're praying so often, maybe we need to be servants first. Servants who go to Mary and who ask, and then our hearts, let them be prepared for the abundance of what you alone can give. I give you thanks, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations that you have communicated to me during this meditation. I ask your help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.